Hello guys, now we'll study the class 9th NCERT Democratic Politics chapter Prime Minister and Council of the Minister. So basically here we will study about how the Prime Minister was able to take the decision regarding the memorandum of understanding and how the Council of Ministers were correlated to them. Prime Minister is the most important political institution in the country. We all know that we are living in the parliamentary system, and here the Prime Minister is a real head of the country, and it has one of the means we can also say the Prime Minister is the only one of the most headed part of the political institution, and there is no direct election to the post of the Prime Minister. We all know there is no direct election for the post of Prime Minister. What happened when the election of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha is held, so the majority of the seat who received or got, that person is elected as a or appointed as a Prime Minister. Now the President appoints the Prime Minister. Who appoints the Prime Minister? President. But the President cannot appoint anyone she likes. Okay, one thing is also here, that suppose the President appoints the Prime Minister, but it cannot be appoint anyone. Which, suppose take example, a president, some people of president like a cousin or some other relatives are in Lok Sabha, and president wants to appoint them. That president don't have right. President has to follow the some terms and conditions, then only the president can appoint the Prime Minister. The president appoints a leader of the majority party or the coalition of the parties that commands a majority in the Lok Sabha as a Prime Minister. Okay, what happens, who to whom president appoints a leader of the majority party. Suppose a Lok Sabha have a majority party. Okay, so and who is the leader of that party? That person is appointed as a Prime Minister through the command majority in a Lok Sabha as a Prime Minister. In case no single party or alliance gets majority, the president appoints the person most likely to secure a majority support. Okay, suppose there is a case. Okay, so none of the party has received the majority, then what will happen? To whom the president will appoint the Prime Minister? In such case, Prime Ministers appoint the person in whose hand there is a most secure majority support is given. So means Prime Minister, president can trust that this is the person who can secure our majority. The Prime Minister does not have a fixed tenure. Okay, we all know that although there is a 5 years for the Prime Minister, but that tenure is not fixed. Prime Minister can be removed from the office at any point of time if he does not follow the some terms and conditions which is given by the our constitution. He continues in power so long as he remains the leader of the majority party or coalition. Okay, Prime Minister will remain in the office, or Prime Minister will able to do the duties or follow the political institution till and until that when he enjoy the majority of the Council of Minister or coalition. Now, after the appointment of the Prime Minister, the President appoints other ministers on the advice of Prime Minister. So basically what happened? At first the President appoints whom? Prime Minister, and next this President appoints the other ministers who are known as Council of Minister on the advice of Prime Minister. The ministers are usually from the party of the coalition that has a majority in Lok Sabha. Okay, basically these ministers of like Council of Minister are basically the member who have the majority party in the coalition. The Prime Minister is free to choose minister as long as they are member of parliament. Okay, Prime Minister can choose any minister as a Council of Minister until and unless that member has a majority or the member belongs from the parliament. Sometimes a person who is not a member of parliament can also become a minister. Okay, in some cases, suppose a Council of Minister is not a member of parliament. Suppose this is a Council of Minister and any minister. Okay, suppose this is a president and he has to appoint the Council of Minister, but suppose take example of A. A does not belong to the member of parliament, but if A has a much more like a leadership quality or anything which president find, so he can be appointed as a Council of Minister. But such a person has to get elected to one of the House Parliament within the 6 month appointed as a minister. Okay, so what happened? Ki within a 6 month that person has to achieve the confidence, means has to receive the become a minister. Now Council of Minister is the official name for the body that includes all the minister. It usually has 60 to 80 minister of the different set. Okay, Council of Minister एक group of ministers की body है जिसमें basically 60 से 80 members of ministers रहते हैं. Like now cabinet minister. Okay, so here we will also understand what is the difference between the council of minister and cabinet minister. Cabinet minister are usually top level leaders of the ruling party or the parties who are in charge of the major ministries. Okay, cabinet ministry basically कौन होते हैं, या तो वो ruling party के होंगे या top level of leaders कहलाएंगे. ठीक है, जो बेसिकली मेजर मिनिस्ट्रीज में चार्ज लेते हैं. लाइक सी फिनेंस कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर जो होता है, like a finance minister, home minister, these are the part of cabinet minister. ये basically this belongs from the ruling party or the have the top level of leaders. Usually the cabinet minister meet to take decision in the name of the council of minister. Okay, basically what happened, cabinet minister take a decision on the name of council of minister. Cabinet is thus inner ring of council of minister. It comprises about 25 minister. We can see like this is a council of minister. Ring A is a council of minister. Okay, ring B is a cabinet minister and ring A is a prime minister. Ring, take the example of this, C is a prime minister. Now which consists of 25 members. Ministers of state which independent charge are usually in charge of a smaller ministry. Okay, minister of state basically they are small minister. They participate in cabinet meetings only when specially invited. Okay, so all these ministers of state, independent ministers are only invited when they participate in the meeting, only when they are invited in the cabinet meeting. Ministers of state are attracted and required to assist cabinet minister. Basically this state of a minister of state, they have required to assess the cabinet minister. Suppose they are the taking care of the state, so basically they will some follow the guidelines to the cabinet ministers, since or some idea to the cabinet minister, but that idea or that changes are not binded on the cabinet minister. Since it is not the practical for all the ministers to meet regularly and discuss everything, the decisions are taken in the cabinet meeting. So basically what happened, all this minister of state cannot be meet to a daily basis. So basically this decision are taken to the cabinet meeting. That is why parliamentary democracy in the most countries is often known as cabinet form of government. That's why in most of the countries like India also, the parliamentary system of government also known as cabinet minister or cabinet form of government. Reason, because most of the decision under the government is taken by the cabinet form of government. The cabinet works as a team. The ministers may have a different views and opinion, but everyone has to own up to every decision of the cabinet. What it's saying is the ministers which are the ministers of states, they might have the different opinion, but they have to follow the decision of cabinet. No minister can openly criticize any decision of the government, even if it is about another ministry or department. Okay, the minister cannot do all these activities. They cannot criticize the any decisions of the government which is taken, even that decision is belongs from the other ministry. Who are the civil servants? Okay, the secretaries provide the necessary background information to the minister to take the decision. Okay, the civil servants basically provides, secretaries and civil servant basically provides the important information to take the decision for the minister. The cabinet as a team is assisted by the cabinet secretary. Okay, we can see the any minister who is in a cabinet member of cabinet minister, they are assisted by the through the cabinet secretary. This includes many senior civil servants. Okay, it also includes the many senior civil servants. Why? Because they have a more experience as compared to normal people who try to coordinate the working of different ministries. Okay, they try to coordinate working of this different ministry. They basically what do they coordinate the different ministry and assist the cabinet minister. So basically here we have studied about the council of minister, okay, prime minister, cabinet minister, minister of state, and how they are correlated. So one can see if the council of minister does not have a majority, then prime minister can be dismissed from his office. Okay, another thing, the cabinet minister is although under the council of minister, but cabinet minister has more power as compared to council of minister. Council of minister has to follow the, or we can say they are the just advisory minister who assist the cabinet minister and even the state minister. So I hope you understand this class and enjoyed a lot. We'll come to the next class with the next.